One of the biggest challenges in documenting processes in manufacturing environments is taking the time to capture all the tribal knowledge that exists that people know in their head about how to operate particular pieces of equipment. It takes a long time to sit someone down and interview them and write everything out in some sort of process document. So we're going to take a look at how generative AI can help us do that much more quickly using the SprocketAI generative AI platform for manufacturers. So to do that, let's take a look at just going to adding a new piece of knowledge here. We click on that, we see the simple screen here, and rather than having to write anything down, we're just going to record it. Now you could have a process technician record this, you could have a mechanic record it, you could have a process engineer record it instead of having to write things down. So we're going to talk about a piece of crystallizing equipment here, and we want to document some controls that need to be done in case of a particular event that happens with this equipment. So first we're going to give this a image, so you can paste pictures in here, you can add pictures. The AI is actually going to look at these pictures in evaluating what we say as well. So let's go ahead and get this started. On the unidyne crystallizer, there can be some occasions where the exit air temperature out of the crystallizer exceeds 210 degrees Fahrenheit, and it should never really go over 210 degrees Fahrenheit. You really want it to be at 180 to 200 or so. So if it goes over 200, there's two things that you've got to take a look at. The first is that you want to take a look at the dampers. The dampers, if they're too tight, they could restrict airflow, and when airflow is restricted, then you're going to have air moving more slowly through the crystallizer, which is going to mean that the exit temperature is going to get too hot. It's going to go over that 210. The second is that you might have clogged filters. So the air is a closed loop system, and there's filters, and those filters get clogged. Sometimes material will clog them. Then that's going to reduce the amount of airflow as well, and that is going to reduce the amount of the rate at which air is going through the crystallizer. It's going to mean that the exit air temperature is going to climb up above that 210 degrees Fahrenheit. So take a look at those two things, air dampers and the air filters. Check those if you've got this problem. Okay, now that we did that, it transcribed it. The AI is now going to write up a process document for us based on looking at that picture and everything that we just informally told it. And so here we go. It has written up a subject description for us. It has given us some structured information here. It's told us what the problem is, given us some structured information. It's given us two major things that we got to take a look at, and it has described the image picture that I included there as well. It's also figured out what equipment we're probably talking about. So there's actually over 1,000 pieces of equipment in this list. It's figured out of all that set which ones are relevant to us. We're just going to go ahead and add that one so we know that one is relevant, and then we're going to go ahead and submit training. And there it is. Now it's completed. Now let's see what that looks like when somebody has an issue. Yeah, hi. On the unidyne crystallizer, I've got this issue with the exit air temperature being too high. It's reading 220 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what to do. Help me out. So what it's going to do here is it's going to figure out what piece of equipment we are talking about. You can see the transcription here isn't perfect, which is totally fine because the AI figures out what piece of equipment we're referring to and then goes through, and there's the piece of information we just contributed that we just talked about with the AI, and it wrote it up for us. You'll remember that from the previous screen, and there's the picture that we pasted in there, and then the AI takes that and tells us what to do. And you can see on the very first part of this, there is the instructions from what we just told it to do. So you can see it's as easy as that to be able to share knowledge just verbally by taking some pictures on that screen that we looked at. You can take pictures with your cell phone, you can paste pictures in there and talk it out with the AI. There's no writing, and in just 30 seconds or so, you're done and the AI has learned it.